Hello, this is Mark. I'm playing my game of Tactics Crisis 169, CRISIS 16 Network, and Xbox Live. Please hit me a invite, a game invite, or friend request, or follow me on Xbox or Twitter. Or first off, I'm gonna start. Uh, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that bell somewhere down there. You ring that bell, it helps channel a lot, helps me a lot. I know my computer over here, my computer right in front of me, and there's two screens here. One is my screen, my TV, what I'm looking at. Look that way, I'm looking at the camera right in front of me. Now, description of the crash in 1983. Now, what is the video game crash in 1983? People heard it, scatterbug around to the schoolyard. People in little gaming forums probably heard about it too as well. Um, People heard about it, people heard about it and wondered, what is the gaming crash 1983? What was it about? I heard, E.T. did it, Pac-Man did it. What was the real design? What was the real fault? Now, to do so, you have to go back in the 70s. Atari 2600 or VCS came out around 75, 78 at that time. Sorry, yes. Yeah. It came out at that time. It was a popular system. It was a good home system. A lot of parents didn't want their kids going to these arcades because even today you had turbos back then. They were not 80s and 78 or not a hunky dory day where people get killed. And Adam Walsh's son died on 81, 80 that time. And of course, the code Adam because of that situation. So you see code Adam in the store in Walmart with that. We have that issue. That's where I came from. Crash 83 is interesting. Not making light of Adam Walsh's son being murdered. So that's really terrible. Um, they caught the guy, so praise God, they caught the gentleman who did it. Uh, he served sentence or whatever it was, but we're moving on. I brought it up because that was right around after the crash, and right around before the crash. And I go on rabbit trails all the time, so Mark's going to go on rabbit trails. The underlying story of how the crash started was not because of E.T. or Pac-Man. They were two crappy games made by Atari, or put on Atari systems. You had issues, you had too many consoles, and not too many ways of looking at what was going on. Okay, you had a television, you had the ColecoVision, you had Channel F, you had all these different things. And a lot of them were actually clones of 2600 UCS. Starting out a little tired of mine. I'm kind of red and tired. I'm not been smoking anything. I'm just tired. I've been up for since 4 this morning, so I apologize. If I have a hard time speaking to you, sorry. But let's get back into this. Too many consoles, too many bad games, too many developers of games. You have to understand, though, back at Crash 83, before Crash 83, you had Atari, and you had maybe television, by Mattel. Time Warner owned Atari, so what's going to be a big stock plan? It wasn't stock. What company, Mattel, or what company like Time Warner come out on top? So in the end, both failed. But 2600 had weird lifespan. It was still being produced in some areas. In some areas, it was still selling pretty well around the late 80s, even the early 90s, that whole sort of time. The crash happened because of multiple circumstances. Video games back then were looked at more like a pet rock, or those little nano toys you have in the 90s. They looked like like a fad. They were not something that was like PCs or movies. They were not taken very seriously. Even PCs were taken more like this, adult stuff. Nowadays, you can play games. You can kill demons in Doom and do your report, or kill demons in Doom and run your your weapons. Your weapons get a job out in the theater. You can do a lot of things people can't do in council. But what happened was it was a ton of events that caused the gaming industry to implode. The faster it grew, it imploded. It literally went up, out, and back in. Sunk. People thought it died. It didn't die. It went to recession. It was very hard for people to buy a game console because you had probably say 19 or 20 game consoles. To go back to another point of view later on in the year, I think the fifth or fourth generation, you had multiple consoles. You had Sega, you had 3DO at that time, you had Sega Saturn, you had Sega CD 32X, you had the Jaguar, the Linux handhelds too. You had multiple things, like 9 or 10 weeks, and that didn't crash it because the consumer was smarter than their family or older brothers. They bought what they wanted and stuck with it. Like you had your Xbox Game Boy, PlayStation Ponies, you had your Sega heads, you had Nintendo, Sega don't. Sega can't, Nintendo no, Nintendo kind of thing, or Nintendo can't, Sega can't stack up to these games. And you have your Nintendo and your Sega fans back then. And Atari began to float around, of course. Because they're doing it very much. But what happened was many issues. It didn't take a whole lot to sink the Titanic. Small little punctures called Titanic. Who thought the big gaping hole? If you watched, Ghostbusters 2, when the guy says, the heart of the Titanic around the big old hole there, that wasn't what it was. Small holes that caused small cuts, slices, holes that caused Titanic to sink. Same thing with the game Crash 83. Small little holes in the ship of the game industry that caused it to go belly up and go down and crash. But without losing all its companies, it died. Very sad with that kind of stuff. But it was something that was beneficial because it flushed out all the companies that were not really companies. Yeah, Chuck and Togwagon from Korean Dog Chow. You bring in you send 2 person to the Atari game. Chuck Wagon. It's a dog food game. You had games like Dig Dug no good. You had games like E.T. or Terrible. You had games like trying to figure the name now. It's many different games out there. You had can't think of it. But I'm halfway asleep, sorry guys. I'll do the event. I'm glad I got baseball tomorrow. I'll do something to do. But you had many good games. You had some really bad games. But we'll break it down to it because maybe it's like 8 minutes long. I'm probably sorry. What really killed the game industry or hurt it badly was the fact that there are no checks and balances. There are zero regulations. Activision made games twice to Atari. Atari sued Activision. One Activision you don't know was started by a bunch of former programmers that we no credit for because we asked Tom Kalinske, or the person who ran the operation that Atari was president, and Time Warner bought into and bought Atari. And told them, and one conflict told the guys who formed Activision, they're no more important than a person who's assembled on a assembly line. Of course, they went ahead and divorced their company, left their company, left Atari, divorced, we call it, quit, and formed Activision. We know now it's Call of Duty, their name and made games like that. Once back then, we had a very small company, and they didn't know there was about it. So. But yeah, it was Pitfall. Sorry, one game made Pitfall. Good game too, actually. They had many, many remasters over the years and updates and reboots of Super Nintendo games. Um, what happened was they sued and Activision won, and then you had so many game companies come on, so many game publishers, and like overnight they blew up. And literally, it was like living a laughing stock because you had games from Chuck Wagon, you had games from um, James Bond, they're terrible. Empire Strikes Back, they're terrible. Mattel spent 25, $30 million to get the license to make the game. That's crap because they weren't developing games. Mattel opened up a game division, so did many others. And what happened was when it came time to pass, when 83 came around, the mini markets were suffering. PCs were going down in price. People buy PCs like GameStop. But when they left, IBM was not a game PC. IBM was a adult, kiddies time to go play outside. Adults are here in business. They were not even known as a kiddie game. And for the longest time, the Apple II was the gaming PC that was a choice. I remember I had one. I used it for a while. Quite so many games. But I was PC gamer for PC administration was cool because PC back then was more or less just it wasn't a fad. It was becoming more of a lifestyle. Consoles were known as bad because they just died out or just went away for a while. Of course, the Mario Brothers and Nintendo came in and the rest of Sega's history. But me thinking back then, we almost had one back in 2006, and I was 20. Xbox almost went out of business. If they didn't turn around like they did now, they could have been shut down the division because of the hilarious and disappointing reveal of 2013, and also the PS3 as well. About over almost a decade later, not that much. Um, that came out with a fanfare. It could have killed Sony also. Could have killed PlayStation off the console company too, the all maker. So that's what happened to Sega. They crashed it, they imploded. And then they're making games for companies. They're doing well, but I do miss the Dreamcast. But that being said, though, that's what happened in the past. It happened in the past because it was considered difficult to understand. People understand how a gaming company can go into business. Very simple. THQ is dead. THQ is gone, and they died out many years ago. What's making it better now is that companies have more control over what they want. If you want to play Super Mario Brothers, Nintendo is not going to give you the license to make the game Nintendo or whatever it is, game the console. Super Mario Brothers Homework says Super Mario Brothers came from third party. If they didn't meet their standards, they wouldn't allow it. And he told people to give them access to the games they could change whatever they wanted. It's alternate crosses, upside down crosses, satanic sign, or whatever. They can remove it, and the game could be allowed to receive approval. If not, you can't run it because they parted. They the NX chip, the NX chip that kept pirating games for a while there. Atari found how to get around it to actually, control the issues that caused 83, the downfall and crash of the gaming industry. Nintendo looked at it and they knew exactly what not to do. So Tom, Dick, and Harry had to go find somewhere else to do because they weren't going to take games from Tom, Dick, and Harry. So the company called Tom, Dick, and Harry couldn't make a game for Nintendo without agreeing to their practices and what they wanted step by step. Pretty much heel click lockstep, and you walked and you do what they told you to do. Of course, it came a bit of a later on down the line when you got people mad at them. Correctly, for doing a monopoly. But game companies come out. Like the PlayStation came out, a lot of the problems Nintendo caused. Even Sega's problems, some came out from those too. The gaming crash was something that was, because I was like 2 years old when it happened. When I got 8, 9, 10 years old, I heard reading about it in books and libraries. Entertainment, gaming, stuff like that, to understand what really happened. And what happened was it was based on events. Yes, bad games, but also too many choices. And when you don't give Your retail people behind you way out the consoles. A lot of them didn't sell, and they had stockpiles. They had it, cut them real cheap. Even games were real cheap. Made $5, $6 a bargain. Johnny's dad, Johnny and Julie's father goes into my Christmas gifts. They see they can buy maybe each one of them one game. It's $40 a pop, or buy 30 games that cost $5 or $1 in most cases. So I'll buy 30 games and have no gifts this year. Don't care if I play them, you know what else. But that's the reason why it crashed. It crashed because of too much weight, not enough checks and balances, not knowing what really to do afterwards. They just sat there and just, did this with their thumbs and tweeted. Assume take harps is still in the air and like the sky. Well, that was good back in the early days. But now you have checks and balances. Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft don't anything on their console unless it's up to their standards. And if their standards, they don't do it, or they change it, or they just say, "What's wrong with that?" And then the game, you might see the game on a phone, or a free-to-play phone, but not because they don't want to, but they don't want to. They don't want indie companies, because a lot of those companies are indie. Other companies like Mattel and places like that that created their own game companies were more or less third-party, indie, independent producers, indie game creators. They weren't seasoned like Activision and Atari and even even television has they're all clones, but the real two were Activision and Atari. One being a gaming console company, and one being a product company or software company. So you have two different ventures. Yes, ET bashing's still around, and so is a lot of things like that. But Pac-Man was terrible. I played it. I thought it was pretty cool as a kid. Now I realized I was stupid, so I didn't know what the game was. I know they couldn't power the game. The ColecoVision was better than the Atari 100. It ran faster, a little bit faster. In most cases, it was faster on the clone consoles than it was on the original. Of course, they tried to release the 5200. At the time, people weren't buying it because back then, with it, I had the same car for 10 years, 20 years, maybe. Same television set, 15 years, 10 years, maybe. Same toaster, same refrigerator, same couch, same whatever. Or whatever you put in there for you. They tell me I gotta trade this in to get a bit bigger and better console, cost probably double what it costs for this one. And the games will look a little enhanced. People in the 80s, even rich people, were just taking money and throwing out the window. They were not doing that because English, feel for rich must show off. That's fine. That's just you. But between you and God, not me. But a lot of them just didn't do it. A lot of them just did not have a grasp of what was going on. And when it came around, it was too late. When they realized it was too late. They had to put the ship. You have to take water off the ship. You can't water the ship, then try to take it off when it's on the bow, when the front part of the ship's sinking or in the water. You have to get it out before it goes down in the water. If not, you're just wasting time. And that's what they did. They wasted time. Then 83 happened. Yeah, the Christmas season wasn't very good. Detroit already set 800 around Super Nintendo lifespan that long. So trying to try these two systems where the ABS or 2600 was still around. It's selling quite well for a while after that. People had a low fan base, even back then. That being said, though, guys, video's kind of long, sorry for rambling on, but what do you think about gaming crash 1983? Do you think it can help people invent it, or maybe like one of those pet rock kind of scenarios, or a little Gucci little thing, maybe a little dog in there and stuff, or whatever? And do you think that's like one of those, or do you think it could have been saved or something? And it has. What would we have today? We have Atari and disc, or Atari is still doing cartridge thing, but nothing at all. Comment below for more information. Type in Gaming Crash 83 or go to YouTube. Watch Icons G4. It'll give you a good 25, 30 minute documentary about it. Pretty good. I highly recommend watching it. I may do some spiritual videos here soon. I'm a Christian. I do a lot of things like that. I talk about my faith. But I'll talk about that guy later on. I got some sleep. Like subscribe notifications, ring that bell. It helps me a lot. It keeps me want to do this more and more free time anyway, but still want to do it more and more for you guys. I love all you. Be safe out there. I'll talk to you guys later.